Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick tutorial on Unreal Engine, how to start using the program and just to familiarize you with the program in general. Okay, so when you open Unreal Engine, we will start with a game template. Now, we have all these templates, first person, third person, and so on. What I want you to do is start with a blank template because I want to show you how we can build a scene from scratch. Now, some of the settings that you will find here, if you see this side, check the starter content checkbox because that will give you extra content to play with. Apart from that, you can choose your location here where you want to save your project, and you can give your project a project name. Now, since this is just a testing project, I'm not going to bother with that, so I'll just create this blank project. Now everything will close and Unreal Engine will start to compile your new project before using it, and it's coming up in a second. Today, hopefully. اليوم 1 2 أكو. Okay, so what you get is this. Now we have what is called a landscape here and a sky and everything. Now I want to build a scene, as I said, from scratch. So I'm going to get rid of all of that. But before we do that, I want to introduce you to some of the buttons, the important buttons and things that you can use in Unreal Engine. So you have your basically toolbar here. This is the save button. It's probably the most important button in Unreal Engine because this program will crash depending on how much you push the program. You can expect it to crash, so always save your work. Now Unreal Engine has very good autosave options, but it's always better to make sure. The other one is the add actor to scene. Everything in Unreal Engine is called an actor. So I don't know, a cube is called an actor, the sun, the light is called an actor. Everything you add is called an actor, and we will introduce other things as needed in the future. Now in the bottom here you have the content drawer, and that's all I want you to look at for now, the content drawer. So you can click this and it will come up. If you're on Windows, you can press Control and space and toggle this. On a Mac, you find out. Okay, so as I said, I want to delete this, but again, before we delete it, I want to show you how to navigate around in Unreal Engine. So we'll use the mouse for now to navigate. If you press the left mouse button and you drag, basically you go forward and back. The reason why it's turning is because I'm moving the mouse right and left as well. Okay, but basically it goes forward and back. If you want to pan, it's the middle mouse button. You press the middle mouse button and it will pan around. The left mouse button will look around, look from your vantage point at the scene. So look up and down, look right and left. Okay, if you're familiar with the game buttons, then I won't tell you what the game buttons are because you are familiar with it, so you can use those to navigate. Okay, now I'll delete everything. Finally, we'll delete everything. So I'll go here to the outliner, and this is where everything is. So if you select anything here in the scene, it will show you what you selected here. And something else that will happen is that this will show you the properties of whatever is selected. So I'll select all, so Control A to select all like any other program, and I will delete. And we get complete darkness, which is exactly what we want. Now to start adding things to it, we need some lights, because if you don't add any lights, you can't see anything, obviously. يطلع لك جني. So we'll go to add. So you get used to this add button here. and you will go to lights, and the first light you want to add to the scene is the skylight. Now nothing will happen because a skylight, now we have a sky, and the sky is only bright during the day, and that's because there is a sun. If there is a sky without a sun, then it's dark. Duh. Now another thing that we want to add before adding our sun is a sky atmosphere. A sky on its own will not look like a sky without a sky atmosphere. Sky atmosphere is basically what gives the sky its blue color. So for that, I can go to Visual Effects and choose Sky Atmosphere. Still nothing happens because we don't have a sun. Now the sun in Unreal Engine is called a directional light. It's actually called a directional light in most 3D programs if you want to simulate the sun, because that will give you parallel lights. So I'll go to lights and go to directional light, and here we are. We have a basic sky, and as you can see, it's light here and then it goes to darker there. So it simulates a real sky because we added the sky atmosphere. Now, fantastic. So we have lights. Now we can add things and we can see the things that we added. So I want to add some geometry to the scene. So let's start by adding a very, very simple piece of geometry, possibly the most simple of the lot, which is called the plane, the 3D plane. To do that, you can go to Add, as usual. Everything is added from this button. And you can go to Shapes and choose Plane. And this will be your plane here. Now, the plane currently is placed somewhere random in the scene. So if I want to center it to the world, right? If I select the plane here or select the plane here, and by the way, you can change its name. Okay, if I select it in either way, I can find the properties here. So if I want to put it right in the middle of the world, I have location, rotation, and scale. So logically, I want to change its location to go to the middle of the world, which is 0 in X, 0 in Y, and 0 in Z. Okay, and now it's right in the middle of my world. Now, let's say that the plane has disappeared. Okay, how can you get it back? And you can't find it because the world is big and the plane is like a needle in a haystack, dust in the wind, right? So how do you find it? You can press the letter F, and that will give you your plane, that will frame your plane, or you can do something else, which is double click on it here, and that will take you to your plane as well. Okay, now if I want to increase the size of this plane, so currently it's the size of it, I can find it here in scale. The size is 1 and 1 and 1, which means it's 1 meter or 1 whatever the unit is. So I'll change this to 10 and 10. And of course, a plane is a flat surface, so it doesn't have a z-axis. Okay, so now it's 10 whatever, 10 meters, 10 potatoes. Okay, great. So we have that. If you want to move it, you want to manipulate it, rotate it, and all of that, just as an introduction, the buttons are here. Okay, so you can choose that to move. You can choose this to rotate. Okay, and you can choose this to scale. Okay. Now I want to look up at my sky here, and you can see the sun there. And the sun is in Unreal Engine is interactive if you're building an outdoor scene. But before we do that, we actually need a ground because our plane is hovering on a black void, and that doesn't look right. So to complete the atmosphere, we can go to Add Visual Effects and exponential height fog, and that will give me a horizon and where the ground is and everything. So now if I create anything, it will be grounded. I have an orientation of where things are. So going back to the sun, and I want to show you how to control it. It's actually quite fun in Unreal Engine controlling the sun. So it's here and you can see it. If you want to control the sun, you can press and hold the letter L and move the mouse. So I'm pressing and holding the letter L and nothing is happening, because I should press Control L and hold it. Now when I move the mouse, you can see that I'm moving the sun and changing the direction of the sun. And something else that happens is that the color of the lighting changes according to how low the sun is in the sky. Fantastic, brilliant. Okay, now what else can we do with this? You want to get rid of it, just click somewhere, anywhere in the scene, and you can get rid of that. Now something else that we can do is add clouds. So I can go to Add, Visual Effects, Volumetric Clouds, and that will automatically add clouds that are animated if you want them to be. You can control the speed of the clouds, you can change the shape of the clouds and everything. And if you hit Control L again and hold it, you can see that the cloud colors are interactive as well. Now I'm showing you this not because you need it in your projects or not. I'm just showing you how powerful and easy Unreal Engine is to use. Okay, now if I want to add more assets to the scene, okay, if I want to add more assets to the scene, so this is now my ground and I want to add more assets to it. Now since I added starter content in the beginning when I created the project, so I will have things. So Control Space or press on Content Drawer to see your content, and you can add things. And to add things in Unreal Engine, all you have to do is basically drag and drop. That's all. Okay, and it will give you whatever it is that you dragged. Let me change the sun direction because it's annoying. من هني. هاي بالعكس صار. Okay, I have to turn to do this. I'll have to turn a bit more. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Yeah, that will do. Okay, I'll turn back. Now I have my chair beautifully lit. Okay, now if I want to manipulate this chair, I can move it. As I said, from these buttons I can move it, I can rotate it, I can scale it. So I'll do that, and the shortcuts for this are W for move, E for rotate, R for scale, and Q to go back to only selection. So these are the normal shortcuts of Maya, and they were used in Unreal Engine for some reason. So anyway, so this is my chair. If I want to rotate it now, I can either go here or press E and just rotated it. If I want to duplicate it, the easy way to duplicate an object is to select it and press Alt. Oops. Yeah, so press Alt and with one of these manipulators, not Alt on its own. So if I select Move, you can press Alt, just like an Illustrator, you can press Alt and move this and it will duplicate it. Control D works as well if you want to do that. So I'll rotate this make these chairs face each other, and I might add some more starter content. So let's say I have a table here. I'll put that table there, wait for it to compile. And what else? I can get more stuff from here. Let's see, there's a sculpture here. I can put it right in the middle. Now if this sculpture, for example, if this sculpture is too big, right, I can always scale it, and with scaling you scale from the middle, okay, and make it as big or as small as you need it to be. Okay, what else can we do? Yes, what we can do as well from the starter content is that we can get materials. Yes, so I had a filter on, and that's why materials weren't showing. So in my starter content, materials are here, and you have plenty of materials. Now to apply this material to anything in Unreal Engine, all you have to do is drag the material on your object. This is the easiest way of doing it. Of course it can get a lot more complicated than this, but basically this is the easiest way of doing it. Okay, and you can change it on the fly. So if I want, I don't know, this chrome material here to show reflections, okay, because reflections are pretty, you can do that as well. Okay, the last thing I want to show you in Unreal Engine is the post-processing volume. And you can find this in volumes, post-processing volume. Now what is this? I'll drag one and put it here. I'll drag a post-processing volume and put it here. Now what does this do exactly? This controls the lighting, the post-processing, the colors, the color grading, the camera depth of field, everything. It controls the look and feel of everything in your scene. This can, and the great thing about it is that it can affect things only inside the volume, or you can make it extend everywhere. So I'll show you a quick example of this, just to get you familiar with it, because it is this is important and you will be using it a lot. So let's say within this volume I will go and find saturation. You can search for settings from this search box, and I'll just control the saturation here. So I will open up this saturation and I'll make everything 0. Now it doesn't look like anything really happened, right? But look at this. Once I step inside it, everything becomes black and white because I turned off saturation, and when I move out, colors come back. Inside the volume, these things, whatever I set here overrides everything in the world. Step out and you have the default world settings. Okay, now how can I extend this to the whole scene? There is a setting called infinite scene bounds, and instead of looking for it in this long list, I'll write infinite here, and it says infinite extent. So if I click this, it means that this post-processing volume will affect everything in the world. It's infinite now. So everything now is black and white. So now I can go back to my saturation and put everything back to 1, 1, 1, and 1. And now I have all my colors back. Now this is all I wanted to show you for now, just to get you familiar with the main things, with the main aspects of Unreal Engine and how to control things and how to build quick scenes and so on. And we will continue from there. Thank you very much.